Hey everyone, welcome back to the AWESMR Pop channel. Today we're going to be making rainbow gummy taiyakis. Now if you tried a taiyaki before, you probably had one with a crispy exterior and the inside filled with most likely red bean or custard. I'm sure there's other fillings too, but those two are my faves. Anyway, these are going to be nothing like that. But you can still consider these desserts, so stick around if you want to learn how to make them. Alright, to make the rainbow gummy taiyakis, you will need a bunch of jello. We'll be using red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. We'll also be using a box of unflavored gelatin. And to make the taiyaki shapes, you will need these baking pan molds. We got this from one of our baking sets, but you can find different styles on Amazon as well. Okay, let's get started. Let's bloom some unflavored gelatin first. Add 1 pack. Now you can just mix this around for about a minute or two. Just make sure you don't see any of the powder clumps and let it sit for a bit. Okay, that's good. Let's leave that alone for now. Now let's spray some cooking oil onto our pan. This part is actually pretty crucial because you don't want your dessert to get stuck onto these pans. Alright, now it's time to make the jello. I have half a cup of hot water in a measuring cup. Now let's start by using red jello. We're only going to be pouring in half of the powder. Now let's also add half of this gelatin. Do this while the liquid is still hot and mix everything up. If you do see clumps from the gelatin, just reheat your liquid and mix again. Everything should go away. We need 2 of each color, so let's pour the red jello mix into this pan. Okay, now let's make our orange jello. So if you also have the 6-ounce jello boxes, you can pour in a third or a half. It's totally up to you. Let's add the other half of this gelatin and mix it all up. Honestly, the jello part is really easy and we're using molds to create the taiyaki, so everything should be pretty simple. The ganache might be tricky, but I think it's doable. Okay, now I'm pouring the orange jello into the other taiyaki pan. Perfect. Now I'm gonna put these in the fridge. You might want to put your pan on top of a baking sheet or something similar to transport them. It'll be much easier. And then you want to keep them in the fridge overnight. If you're in a rush, maybe 3 to 5 hours, you can just check in on them. Okay, so I'd sped things up a bit. You're welcome. Now let's see how our jello taiyakis turned out. You have to be really careful when taking them out of the pan. Even though we did spray it with cooking oil, it still won't come off super easily. Work the edges gently and have the jello naturally pop out. And if you did it right, you should get something like this. Looks pretty good, right? Okay, now let's get the orange one out. This one looks pretty good too. Wow, I love all of the details. Now let's make some more colors. This time we'll make yellow. Follow the same steps as before. I only have 2 pans, so I can't make all of the colors at once, but I wouldn't recommend buying more than 2 anyway. I highly doubt you'll have the fridge space to hold everything, cause we don't. Anyway, almost done making the yellow. Now let's make the green jello. Ooh, look at this pour. It looks so beautiful. Can't wait to see all of the colorful jello taiyakis. Okay, these just came out of the fridge. Let's pop them out. Here's a closer look at the yellow fish. And here's a closer look at our green fish. Okay, let's make 2 more colors. Pour in the blue. Awesome. Now let's make purple. This is the last color. Excellent. Now we just need to cool these and we can move on. By the way, to save some time, I put each color in the fridge for about 4 hours. If I did overnight, this would have taken me days to finish. But here's the blue fish. And here's the purple fish. Okay, now once you have all of your jello fishes ready, you just need to make the chocolate ganache, and then we can make our taiyakis. Also, keep in mind that your jello fish will be a bit flimsy, so handle it with care. Now let's make the ganache. You'll need a cup of chocolate chips and half a cup of heavy cream. Now let's pour the heavy cream into a pot, turn the heat on, and once it starts to simmer, you can take the pot off the heat. Now let's pour this into the bowl filled with chocolate chips. And before you start mixing, I know I'm mixing right now, but I'm actually just moving some chips around so that they can submerge into the heavy cream. You want to let the chocolate chips get a nice warm bath before mixing it all up. Alright, after 3 to 4 minutes, you can start to mix. And once you mix everything, you should get this glossy looking chocolate. Looks beautiful, right? You do need to let it cool afterwards, so if you want to speed it up, you can put your ganache in the fridge. Now, once your ganache has cooled, you can use a hand mixer to whip this up. And your dark glossy chocolate should turn into a light brown chocolate. That looks good. Okay, now let's put our ganache into a piping bag. Now push the chocolate down towards the tip. Alright, now it's time to make our rainbow jello taiyakis. We just need one flat side. Squeeze the chocolate out, and you just want to cover the entire fish with chocolate. There we go. Put the other fish on top. I accidentally ripped this tail off, so this one's a little fail. Wait 1 second. Oh, look at that. Easy fix. Alright, now let me fill the rest with chocolate. Give me a minute. Okay, so you gotta be careful with the tail. It rips off pretty easily, so keep that in mind. Alright, got all of our rainbow jello taiyakis ready. These look really delicious and super cool. You can see through the fish and see the chocolate filling. Pretty awesome. Alright, so let's take a closer look at this purple taiyaki. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel like it's going to break apart or anything. The chocolate is not spilling out either. Now let's give it a taste test. Ooh, I was not expecting that. It's incredible. The chocolate is super creamy, but I also like it because it doesn't stick onto your teeth or anything like that. The jello provides a nice chewy texture after the chocolate sort of melts away in your mouth. And I need another bite. This taiyaki is swimming straight into my mouth. Mmm! Jello and chocolate, who would have thought? Amazing duo. Definitely give this a try. AWESMR Pop fans! Thank you so much for watching. We can't do this without you. If you're new to the channel and became a fan, click that subscribe button for more awesome stuff. And if you want to be the first person to watch our next video, hit that notification bell to have a chance. See ya!